The January 7th meeting of the Thousand Oaks Youth Commission is being called to order at 6:31. We will now have the Pledge of Allegiance led by Commissioner Kohlhepp.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Place your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We will now have the roll taken by Staff Coordinator.
Thank you. Commissioner DeMint?
Here.
Commissioner Hatlin?
Here.
Commissioner Hong?
Here.
Commissioner Johnson?
Here.
Commissioner Kohlhepp? Here. Commissioner McMinn?
Present.
Chair Morrison?
Here.
Commissioner Rose?
Here.
Commissioner Sadwick?
Here.
Commissioner Satay?
Here.
Commissioner Sklavenites?
Here.
Commissioner Wall?
Here.
Commissioner Young?
Here.
Adult Commissioner Martinez?
Here.
Adult Commissioner Petrus?
Here.
Thank you.
At this time, I would like to ask Commissioner Sauté to introduce the public comment section of our meeting.
Are there any public comments at this time? There being none, let's move on.
Thank you. At this time, I would like to ask our Chair of Public Information, Commissioner DeMint, to introduce our guest speakers.
Tonight we have Staff Sergeant Wimberly. He's been a member of the service for 11 years. He is the station commander to the Thousand Oaks Army Recruiting Station, and he's going to be talking about qualifications and enlistment incentives for joining the Army.
I'd first like to begin by telling you a little bit about myself. Again, I'm Staff Sergeant Wimberly. I've been in the Army 11 years. I'm happily married with an 8-year-old son. I've been stationed at Fort Riley, Kansas, Fort Carson, Colorado. From there, I deployed to Operation Iraqi Freedom in February of 2003 until March of 2004. Upon returning, I came on to Recruiting Command, where I was stationed in Las Vegas, Nevada, Salt Lake City, and now here in the Thousand Oaks community. You guys have asked me here today to talk a little bit about the Army and some of the incentives and qualifications. I'd first like to begin by telling a great news story about the Army. Is that 170,000 young men and women chose to enlist in the Army and the Army Reserve during the fiscal year of 2008 during a protracted conflict. These young Americans who enlist today know and understand they are joining a warrior culture and willingly accept the inherent risks of military service. And that strong belief in the value of military service is what keeps people what keeps people enlisting and re-enlisting in the Army. Those serving today will be able to look back with pride at what they have contributed. To give you an idea of what 170,000 soldiers looks like, it's roughly the population of Rancho Cucamonga or Ontario, California. America's men and women in uniform represent the best of their generation, and as American soldiers, wherever and whenever they are called upon to serve, continue to exceed every expectation for dedication, courage, and selfless service today. Some basic qualifications to enlist in the United States Army and Army Reserve. You must be between the ages of 17 and 42. We have a stringent height and weight requirement. Also, you must have no major medical or law violations. You also must possess the aptitude to pass the Armed Services Vocational Aptitude Battery exam. Some of the incentives in joining the active duty Army: you can qualify for enlistment bonuses totaling up to $40,000 for a minimum contract time of 4 years, $30,000 for 3 years, and $20,000 for 2 years. We can repay up to $65,000 of student loans that were taken out before enlisting, and we also provide up to $4,500 a year in tuition assistance. We also have up to $81,000 for education, to include the Montgomery GI Bill and the Army College Fund, and I'll explain those a little bit here shortly. Enlisting in the Army Reserve, the enlistment bonuses are capped out at a $20,000 cap. We also offer a program now. It's called Mobilization Stabilization. While you're enrolled as a full-time college student in the Army Reserve, you're not subject to any deployment. We can repay up to $20,000 in student loans in the Army Reserve, and also provide up to $4,500 a year in tuition assistance. To continue on about the Montgomery GI Bill, after completing 3 or 4 years of active duty service in the Army, you'll receive the Montgomery GI Bill. The Montgomery GI Bill consists of, it's $42,000 right now. It gets paid out over 36 academic months as long as you maintain a C average in college. It roughly relates to about $1,400 a month for 36 academic months. Your cost of tuition and fees, not to exceed the most expensive in-state undergraduate tuition at a public institution of higher education, is paid for by the Montgomery GI Bill. It's paid directly to the school. You also receive a monthly housing allowance equal to the allowance for housing payable to a military E5 or sergeant with dependents in the same zip code as the school you attend. You also receive $1,000 a year paid, or $1,000 per year paid to you for books and supplies to go to college. All right, so basically saying after you enlist in the Army, not only can you go to college after the Army, you can attend college for free while you're on active duty in the Army. Just to give you kind of an example, tuition and fees for full-time enrollment here in state is about $6,700. And like I said, we would pay up to the highest in-state tuition fees. If you separate for 3 years of active duty and you're going to school full-time, you would receive $6,700 for tuition and fees, $1,000 for books and supplies, and the monthly housing allowance. For a Sergeant E5 with dependents here in Thousand Oaks, they receive about $1,800, which is not too bad to live in a one-bedroom apartment here in Thousand Oaks. In conclusion, today's soldiers embracing the warrior ethos and embedded with the Army values are expertly trained, well-equipped, adaptive, and confident. They are more than just soldiers, they are also leaders and diplomats representing the United States throughout the world. America's soldiers are confident, adaptive, and competent, able to handle the full complexity of the 21st century warfare. The Army offers unparalleled training and challenging experiences for young men and women to help prepare them for a lifetime of success. The Army builds character, soldiers who are mentally, physically, and emotionally strong, self-assured, and confident. These soldiers take pride in their services and making a difference for themselves, their families, and their nation. All of the stuff that I've talked about today, you can be referenced at goarmy.com, or you can come see myself at 1421 East Thousand Oaks Boulevard. Feel free to call us at 497-3936. And I again thank you for having me today to talk a little bit about the Army.
Does anyone have any questions?
Hi, Sergeant. You mentioned that students in the reserve are not subject to active Army enrollment or deployment, and I was wondering if the same is true if they're enrolled in graduate school.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Once you enlist in the Army Reserve, the commitment, everyone who joins the military joins for an 8-year military service obligation. In the United States Army Reserve, you do 6 years in the Army Reserve, which is 1 week in a month and 2 weeks out of the year. And they pay your in-state tuition, and you go to college pretty much on the Army. So as long as you're enrolled as a full-time student in good standing, you'll continue to be non-deployable.
Thank you.
Any more questions? Thank you very much, Sergeant Wimberly.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner DeMint, and our guest speaker. I would now like to turn the meeting over to Vice Chair Johnson.
Thank you. Commissioner Wall will introduce the ASG-ASB portion of our meeting.
Are there any guest speakers for ASG and ASB?
Josh has all that information.
Oh, Commissioner Rose.
All right. First, we have Matt Stein, Caleb Mulwick, and Trevor Sparkman with Sequoia Middle School.
Sequoia's talent show is coming up on February 6th. There are acts from karate to ventriloquism. There will be a bake sale and homemade treats. All the money from tickets and snacks will go to the technology booster. It will take place in the auditorium at 7 p.m. Tryouts start on the 14th of January, so if you have a cool talent, make sure not to miss it. On the 26th of February, there is Sequoia's Battle of the Bands. It will be held in the gym. Sequoia students who are in bands will be trying for a place on the roster. At the Battle of the Bands, there's a raffle where you can win accessories from Guitar Center or even an acoustic guitar. Black Ice was the winner last year, so come and rock out to some awesome music.
Sequoia's Winter Dance and Social was themed the Ski Lodge Ski-tacular. It was held on December 5th. Some interesting things that were there was a chill zone in which a Warren Miller movie was playing. There was also black lights and dancing with the DJ. We did make a profit on the dance, and it was a success. The January dance themed casino night is being held on January 30th. It will be a dance/social. The social will be held from 3:15 to 4:30. The dance will be held from 6 to 8.
Sequoia is performing a musical, the well-known Wizard of Oz. The performance date for the public is yet to be determined, and the cast will also put on a performance for the school as well. It is sure to be a great performance, and I wish the best of luck to our cast and our crew.
Okay, thank you. Next, we have Hannah Barrett with Westlake High School.
There is a Student Senate meeting on Thursday, January 8th in the cafeteria during 5th period. This Friday, January 9th, there are 2 big sports events at home against Agora. Come support boys varsity soccer at 6 p.m. and boys varsity basketball at 7:30 p.m. Friday, January 16th is Pajama Day. Be sure to come dressed in your comfy PJs and relax the last day before finals. There's also a lunch rally in the quad the same day. That night, come see girls varsity soccer at 6 p.m. and girls varsity basketball at 7, both versus Moore Park. There is no school on Monday, January 19th for Martin Luther King Day. Finals are from January 20th to the 23rd. Good luck. There is also no school on Monday, January 6th due to a teacher prep day. Common planning dates in January are the 14th and the 28th. Also, spring sports tryouts are coming up, so listen to the announcements for further information.
Thank you, Hannah. Okay, next we have Commissioner Sklavenitis with Kalina Middle School.
Our Manna Food Drive starts on February 2nd and will end on February 13th. We are putting together our 8th grade Boys Volleyball Teen Center League. Our next Cody competition is going to be why each class should be Class of the Year by having each homeroom design a poster. Our next Cody Day is Red, White, and Pink Day on the Friday before Valentine's Day, and our Valentine's Day dance and social is also on the same Friday. Our fashion show is to be scheduled on March 6th at 6:30 p.m.
Thank you. And lastly, we have Commissioner Hatlin with the Thousand Oaks High School report.
All right, at Thousand Oaks, our winter sports seasons are in full swing. Basketball has a game tonight versus Simi Valley at home. Our soccer season, wrestling, and girls water polo are also in full swing, and they're doing a great job this year. We had a great winter rally thanks to our wonderful ASB, which was a huge success. Senior ball tickets are on sale, and the dance is January 17th, so make sure you get your tickets for that. And that's about it.
Thank you, and that's all of the reports.
Now we have the Teen Center Advisory Council report. Will Commissioner Dement present this item?
This past month, we had a few events. The Battle of the Bands was on December 6th, and there was great talent and 500 teens in attendance. On December 12th, we had the high school fashion show, and we had a lot of great teen designers and about 150 people in attendance. On December 13th, we had a 7th and 8th grade dance, and it was very successful. Also, the New Year's Eve dance was successful. upcoming, we have a concert for high schoolers with MERS performing, as well as Crawdad, Diamond, and Curricula. This is Saturday, January 24th at 7 o'clock p.m., and it's $12 at the door. And it promises to be an awesome show, so don't miss it. Also, we have a trip to the LA Lakers versus San Antonio Spurs basketball game on Sunday, January 25th, and it's $5 registration and $45 cash the day of the trip. Last, we have a Mountain High snowboarding trip on Monday, January 26th. From 6:30 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. It's $5 registration and $60 the day of the trip.
Thank you, Commissioners. I now turn the meeting back to Chair Morrison.
Next, we have project activities and reports. The first project is Therapeutic Dance. Would Commissioner Wall give this report?
So we have our annual therapeutic dance on March 21st from 6 to 9:30 p.m. and our theme is Mediterranean Moonlight. So now we will have updates from the subcommittees. First, we have photos with Commissioner Rose.
Okay. We have found some options for the photo frames, and me and Commissioner Young are deciding on which ones we want to use, and we're also researching a little bit more to see what it's out there. We have ordered the backdrop for the photos that we'll be taking at the event, so that should be pretty awesome. I can't wait to see that up. That's it.
Yay, thank you. And now we have entertainment with Commissioner Hatland.
For the entertainment, we're still trying to arrange our authentic Greek dancers. The ones we previously had kind of skimped out on us, but now we have some from a local Greek church who are willing to do this for even less money than we had originally planned for, so that's even better. And we have ordered 400 balloons, 200 in white, 200 in gold from Balloons by Jean, and they also gave us a 350 balloon drop for just over $600, and that's a great price, and we thank them a lot. And we're still looking into our helium tanks, which we should have for you by next meeting.
Okay, thank you. That's it. Back to Commissioner Morrison.
Thank you, Commissioners. I would now like to ask Commissioner McMinn to give us the report on Rock the Oaks.
Could TOTV please cue the PowerPoint? Alright, Rock the Oaks 9 is featuring 4 great local bands on February 27th, 2009. The show's going to be at 7:30 p.m. and tickets are $15. You can order them at the box office at the City Hall or www.ticketmaster.com. You can call 805-583-8700 for more information on ordering tickets. For more information on the show, you can call 449-2743 or email youthcommission@toaks.org.
The Violet Hour is one of our great emerging bands here in Thousand Oaks. They recently played at the Battle of the Bands at the Teen Center, which was a great success for them. They recently set the attendance record at Rock City, and congratulations, because that's a pretty big feat. And they just released their new EP entitled Here at the End of Things. And at our auditions, they were pleased to say that we're overwhelmed by the response from our fans, and seeing everyone relate to our music is truly the most gratifying feeling in the world, so they're definitely very enthusiastic about playing at our concert.
David is a great solo artist. However, he used to be a lead member in the band titled Big Brother, but now he is solo. A great way to describe David would be a multi-talented musician who plays piano as well as guitar. He writes and sings his own songs in addition to that. His eclectic style can be broken down into many different musical types. The biggest influence to David would be classical jazz stylings, and when asked what his best musical performance memory was, it was actually last year's Rock the Oaks.
Jetstream is our next band, with 4 talented players who have opened for American Idol finalist Bo Bice and won the 2007 U.S. Global Battle of the Bands. Even though this amazing rock band is climbing their way to the top, it is just the beginning for them.
Jason and his band members have been playing as a full band for 2 years together. They have played with Colby Calais and Jason Reeves in Ventura, and they have a very lively and upbeat sound, and they all have a clear passion for performing. They love an energetic crowd, so make sure you can catch Rock the Oaks.
We will now play our promotional video, courtesy made by TOTV. Thank you. I will now turn the meeting back to the chair.
Thank you, Commissioners and Commissioner McMinn. The next item is public information and guest speakers. Will Commissioner DeMint please address this item?
Next month, we have Mark Watkins, the Public Works Director of Thousand Oaks, is speaking at our next meeting. So that's it.
Thank you. Now we're going to have an update with the volunteer newsletter with Commissioner Colehep.
We are currently compiling our newsletter. We have a new design for the newsletter, and it will be distributed to schools in February. If you would like more information or are an organization that wishes to tell teens about your volunteering opportunities, please call 805-449-2743 or email youthcommission@toaks.org. Thank you.
Thank you, and as we come to the close of our meeting, I would like to ask Commissioner Sadwick to introduce Commissioner comments.
Are there any Commissioner comments at this time? Commissioner Rose?
I'd like to wish my mom a good luck tonight. It's her Weight Watcher Challenge thing. She's studying to be something, I don't even know, but it's a test, and I'm wishing her good luck. So, good luck, Mom.
Commissioner Sote?
I just wanted to congratulate Justin Valesco for his outstanding effort in track. He did good, but not good enough. But congratulations, Justin.
Commissioner Morrison?
I would like to wish our retired Commissioner, Ollie Athar, a very happy 18th birthday. So I know you're down in San Diego, but happy birthday.
And I would like to wish Commissioner Rose a very happy 15th birthday today.
Okay, so we're going to sing happy birthday to Commissioner Rose. So 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Commissioner Rose. Happy birthday to you.
Are there any further comments? I turn the meeting back to Commissioner Morrison.
Okay, before we adjourn this meeting, I just have a few reminders. If you would like any information on the Youth Commission or have any questions about the agenda discussed, please call 805-449-2743, or you can email us at youthcommission@toaks.org. So that's youthcommission@toaks.org. Okay, so there being no further business to discuss, I would like to close this meeting at 6:55.